Okay, I've jumped into the live processing just to just loaded a couple of meetings very briefly, and I'll go back and upload some more later. But I just wanted to show you our basic exotic systems with the 4 selections live in action now. Once we get enough updates up here, because it'll start to, here it is, whoa, and they're all showing up. Now remember, we've defined exotic group A as being 5, 6, 7 and 8. And now the screen in this window here shows all your exotic live transaction exotic information, and these can fluctuate depending on how you've set up your systems, of course. But these are your base systems. So system A, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and B, C and D and E had 5, 6, 7 and 8 defined individually for each of those systems. Per our setup though, it's showing us 5, 6, 7, 8, and under each of those exotic groups, because we've got base system A defined to each of them, and it's showing your outlay per dollar unit. So for Quinella, if you were taking exotic group A and B and combining those, it would be $12. For a trifecta with 4 selections, so exotic group A, B and C, it's $24, and when you have 4 selections, it's exactly the same for first 4 as well. So that's what gets displayed there. And if you had different exotic groups definitions per varying systems and that had the ability to change, for example, they were based on, I don't know, inflow information, and as the updates come through and those fluctuations result in different numbers will get displayed here. But that obviously is dependent on how you set up the base systems. But we've set up the base system to be fixed for those numbers, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and for base system A to have those 4 all in its group, purely for illustrative purposes. So that's what will happen, that's what you'll see right through up until it transacts. And when it transacts, you'll see writing transaction log, and that'll mean that it's processed the bet if you've got NetBet running, all done pretty seamlessly. Another change in release 1.8 on this screen is when you go and actually maintain your rules, you can press the auto bet rules. It tells you here that live processing is halted. It actually stops the live processing, because you can end up spending sometimes a lot of time in here, and it's best to have the live processing halted whilst you're changing that. But once you close it, it automatically reignites the live processing, and your clock should catch up, all being well. And obviously the same thing happens with your exotic rules. The live processing gets halted and it tells you that information there. And whilst we're here, we can see that we've set up A, B, C, D. Just a reminder how we set it up, with just the base system A being associated with each exotic group under this setup. So I'll close that quickly, and yes, you've got those systems showing up now. I just noticed one thing. We left it when we were talking about the other systems. We left all these other permutations on. We don't want that, otherwise it's going to take 6 boxes. Okay, so we only want 1 box because we redefined the base system A to be the one that we're using within each of our exotic groups. Okay, so that will box it as is, not with those, because that was with the other example we were talking about, but we forgot to then untick these when we rechanged the base system selections. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. And what I might do is let this go through. We've only got about a minute or so to go, 24 seconds, so we're getting quite close anyway to the start time. So purely for illustrative purposes, now what should have happened here is we're getting right transaction log. This bet should have been written to our bet files. We'll go quickly and just have a look at the back end and see what's actually happened. And we've got our QBets folder where all our bets get written, and yeah, we've got the trifecta and first 4 entries have come through. So Melbourne race 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 for a maximum spend of $10, and for the first 4 we've got exactly the same thing for a maximum spend of $20. Now you won't see this ordinarily when you're running NetBet. It'll just get processed by the NetBet system, but this is the feeder file that the system creates to get that bet processed, and just so you can see what's happening there. Okay, so back into the live menu was switched on to the next race. A couple of other things I just quickly wanted to mention whilst we're here. We've got 3 new buttons in release 1.8. Now, because of the way we've re-engineered it, all these files now get automatically downloaded, because previously if you forgot to actually collect the daily files, you would miss out, whereas now it'll be automatically collected and downloaded for you when you do your startup processing for your meeting selection. So if I click here, form ratings, bang, I've got today's form ratings for all the meetings that pop up, and I can close that. Similarly, I can just look at my top ranked summary, and I've got that instantly in front of me, and I could also look at prior day results, and it'll show me what happened at all the other meetings. Just quickly scrolling through, just having a look. There's reasonable results there. Reasonable results. Yeah, so basically, this is a meeting. Globe Derby had first and second, all came in. Very good. Anyway, that's it's just showing you what's actually happened the prior day. Okay, so I won't spend too much time there. But basically, you've got all that set up there. The other thing that's changed, if I press settings here, it warns you that it's stopping the live processing via a pop-up before showing you the change here. Okay, so I'll close that for now, and whilst it updates the files, and then it automatically triggers the live processing again. Okay, so they're the main changes, and I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll go on to the next example shortly. Thank you.